hands together right now and represent the big deal boss, Christopher Martin!
Sexy ladies, and I say the wickedest time, yes. And it's girl and stop. I do not sex and grab.
When we talk about one of the leading vocalists in today's dancehall and reggae culture, we gotta talk about Chris. The man sang them bad, him stage show bad. I don't know if you ever seen dressed on stage yet. That bad. Yo, the man voice bad. The man voice bad.
When my later is much greater, it only proves that you love. Now listen up and I say if you can't love me now, don't love. See when my later is much, come in no one know in person. Oh Lord, don't let me cheat on my girlfriend. Hear me now, because as far as I can see, now listen, she goes one more time. I say, oh Lord, don't let me cheat on my. Enough respect to everybody who's here tonight, enough respect, you know what I mean? Big up to all the sexy ladies, big up to all the general that will love you one day, you understand the sexy?
So, Chris, let's take it all the way back from where it begun for you.
Started for me in church, you know, I grew up with Christian parents, so I couldn't sing on a song, I couldn't sing on a dance, I couldn't sing on a dance, so every chance we get to go to church, I'm going to sing. You understand? So,
did you know what was going on in the dance hall at the time, though?
Not really.
Or were you kind of blocked away from that as well?
No, man, I just country my live. So, unless the dance come my country, I'm not going to know about it. You know what I mean? But they're far from town. They're far from Spanish town, not to mention Kingston. You understand? So, unless the dancer come my country, you see the box them must string up in the lawn. And that was like once every 3 years, you know what I mean? Where my mind can remember. So it was the best place for me to sing was church. You understand? So, and then when I started high school, I met some friends who loved to sing with me as well. I went to church on Sunday and told me I love sing, I start the church with them on Sunday. So when I sing once, I can get a chance. You know what I mean? And then through high school, I used to live, well I wouldn't say live, I used to stay just down the road from here, 229th Street. You know what I mean? Yeah, Laurelton, big up to my aunt. And in 2003, I was in New York and just finished 5th form high school. I'm there up here for 5 months. I'm gonna say me I go run off because the girl in the church love me, huh? And my auntie. My auntie said she'll get one of them that I'm married to and get me stay with them.
So you was going to church up here?
I got church everywhere, you know, brother.
Okay.
Yeah, I got church all about. You know what I mean? Yeah, and my aunt was a Christian up here as well, so I go to church.
Right.
Yeah. But big up my little general then at the place, Movie Star Paul. Movie Star Paul was on the barber then. Movie Star Paul and Mikey. They were two of the people who said, sing on now man, nobody get stuck up here man, just go back home and go back to school. So that's how I went back to school and I went to 6th form. So you know, big up Movie Star Paul anyway, you know Gary.
Give me some good advice.
Yeah man, good advice you give me. And then, like 2 years after that, I was 16 then, so by married 17, 15, and 15, by married 17, I enter Rising Stars now when you see me come back, I know you're a star, you know? Yeah.
When we listen to like the stories from some of the elder artists, right? You always hear them talking about Taste These Talent Search and you know the impact that it made amongst their time. You know what I mean? For the artists developing. Was Rising Star kind of that type of impact for your time?
Yeah, man, definitely, man. Well, Rising Stars when I did it is much different from the Rising Stars today. You understand? When I won it was crazy. Crazy vibes.
Competitive?
Yeah man, we have to big up Nadi to God, Nadi make it seriously competitive, you know what I mean? And bless up all the people who supported Nadi and all the people who supported Christopher Martin. You understand what I said? So we give thanks to that, but yeah man, the same way the older artists viewed TSTs is the same way myself and the other ones in my age group view Rising Stars. A lot of people wouldn't know about my talent But I don't know if I left the country, you know what I mean? If I was a guy that loved the ladies too much, then what would hurt me? No, none could hurt me. No, 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 no. And if I said goodbye to the ladies, I think that would hurt me, yes. That's why me I pretend like this. Anytime I go around these girls, I love them so much. When I sing these songs, I sing because I want them so much. Yeah, but I'm singing, I realize that this thing changed my life, you know what I mean? It changed my life in entirety. At the end of the day, like, it's not just way you can't afford nor anything, but it opened my mind in different ways, like places where I never really think would I go. I started going to those places. And I linked up with, at the time I linked up with a man called, somebody introduced me to Robert Livingston. Robert Livingston couldn't manage me at the time, and then I saw me and my manager start part from that time to 2006 to this day. So big up King, you know what I mean? And from that day, I've been a big yard music, and it's just changed my life entirely. If I'm not in the studio, I'm up on a plane, I go somewhere, I go voice or something, I go perform, and that's been my life from 2009 to now.
What was the song that you did after Rising Star? When you tell yourself, say, yo, me an artist now.
Well, the very first song that kind of made me feel like, say, you know, this is my song, you know, is probably Christopher Giving It. Christopher Giving It was the first song when we hear play it on the radio all the time, you know what I mean? And then, like, I'll be walking on the road, people say, Christopher Giving It. I mean, I say, alright.
Could you sing a part of Christopher Giving It?
Yeah, no, yeah, son. Flexing it down the sidewalk. See the ladies to the east, the west, and north. Most beautiful women I ever saw. Picking up the right approach to make. Gotta be careful of the steps I'm supposed to take. I'm a lover, I don't need no heart to break. No, no, no. Someone moved to the captain from my right, and I said, baby, be mine tonight. Out of all the shorties I chose you, and if you so desire, we can boom, boom, boom. I got my keys, let's boogie, let's slide. And I got the right letter inside. Plus I got your good, good loving in mind. Christopher giving it to you, right? Christopher giving it, Christopher giving it.
Yeah, son, when I hear paper already, say, yeah, man.
I say, yeah, man. I don't want to tell you, say, it was so exciting for me because it's like, I don't know about tongue, because country my band, but it's country support different. Yeah. So you see when one radio hear the song, it's like it just is a chain reaction. That radio they turn on, then the radio up there's a turn on, then the radio round there's so by the time it's like a big dance going on in the lane, you know what I mean? Yeah man, it was just
Which country?
a place named Back Pasture. Yeah, that is in St. Catherine in the Red Dirt.
So you know when that man said Red Dirt,
Yeah,
we don't know.
Alright, just before you reach Bronzal, you know what I'm going. Bronzal, Makashiri, Pigeon, you know what I'm going. Alright, you know where they're going.
So, Christopher Giving It is the first song that makes you feel like, yes, I'm on the road.
Yeah, I'm on route to something nice, yes.
Now, let's go back in time.
Yeah?
You're winning Rising Star. Christopher Giving It is playing on the radio. Who are the artists around you encouraging you at the time to say, why this thing can work for you?
Well, if we go back in time, from 2006, from a link up with King and Robert, Shaggy was always around. And I mean, if you went up on tour, when he would come to the studio, I'd see him. And then he never really withheld the information. You know, him share tour life, him tell me what go on. You know, he never really bring me up on the road still, but him tell me what go on. You understand? My brother D Major always around me from Jump Street. That never changed. You understand? You know the normal big yard crew, man. Ray Van, Rick Rock, Brian and Tony Goldberg, my brethren though.
See,
100%, you know what I mean? And they were the ones who kind of helped me along with my brother D Major. Because I can remember sometime earlier when I used to sing, the only thing I could do was lead sing. Someone I said, Major, come put on 2 notes on that something for me. And I said, singer, just listen, man. You're going to hear the notes then. You understand? So I said, too hard, brother. I'm going to sing this something for me, man. Over time, as him said, I just heard the notes. So, you know, D-Major, my brother, I love him like that, man, 100%. Anyway, I'm there and I'm there tonight. Ladies, make some noise, my brother D-Major, please. Yeah, man. So, you know, those were the people I had around me, and I would love to say I had a very nice foundation. People who were there for me, gave me constructive criticisms. When I was young, I wouldn't say I was not mindful, but nor giddy-headed. I wouldn't say giddy-headed, but when you're young and fame come with you and I realize the kind of powers you have, you will get distracted. And then my biggest weakness, even though still a woman still, you know what I mean? 100%. But back then it was bad. Bad. I forgot studio and me and girl this summer, it can't work out. So you know, it always used to be a thing where my girl them always as a singer, no man. Girl are always dead, you know. You have to just focus. And over time, I get to understand for myself. It never took me 3 or 4 or 5 years to the game, you understand? But you grow up to understand that women love power. And if you give her your power in its initial stages, them are going to go with it. 100%. Yeah. So, who does know that? So remember, say your house can't run without power, and power is electricity. And if you're not working to pay the electricity, where you're going to lose? You're going to lose your power. So, keep your power, remain your power, maintain your power, everything else come with it, man.
If I say to you right now,
yeah,
sing your favorite song.
Yeah.
What's the first song that comes to your mind? Whether you wrote it or you didn't write it, but you just enjoy singing it. What song is that?
The first song that comes to mind? Where would I be? Where would I be without my mom? Maybe we live in anything I put up on. No, it's not a girl, not a cat. Oh, some long for your mom, light up for your mom. See that you get? Yeah, first one come to my mind, you know what I mean? 100%.
That song is one of those. How you know when Mother's Day come?
Yeah.
We play the nice Mother's Day song, them the
True.
God sing,
True.
the sizzle them. But
Yeah.
your mother's song is a song for the dance song. You understand? It's a song where a root boy can bust a blank and rare and you don't get pull up in a dance regular. You see?
Yeah, definitely. I will stick up the selectors and select that, pull up the one for your mama. If you love your mother, you know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
So, listen, let me tell you something. At no point in time can we discount the fact that women are the general.
Right.
You understand? Yeah, man. Some women just fail to understand them value and understand them worth and they treat themselves accordingly. But every woman in here means something to me and you're very special. And at no point in time I would discount that. So if you don't really understand yourself, come talk to me and make you understand. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. You have to know your value, man. Every woman in here is invaluable. Priceless. 100%. Queens. 100%. Anytime you're ready.
It's one of those
Set your straight.
It's one of those songs. And of course, the culture has some great songs dedicated to your mom.
Right.
So we have some really good ones. But Chris's mother tribute is that song that when he does it on stage, the whole crowd just erupts. And because it was done with a vibe. It was done with that vocal, what dancehall vibe.
Yeah, man.
Bust up down for your mother. Right? And then, you know, watching your career and being a fan of what you do, I also realized that as you made a song for mommy, you also made a song for daddy.
100%.
Quite right.
Because let's be truthful. we really find a song about fathers in the dancehall industry. We can't count on one and how much artists sing a song about their father.
That's true. You know, and I couldn't sing it the way Luther sing it, you know, so if we sing it the way we know how to sing it.
Right.
I couldn't sing dance with my father, you know.
Yeah.
Although the impact of it is different. But man, just make it. And the reason why I really had to do that song was a lot of people thought I grew up in a single parent home. Just because I want to sing the song about my mother and the kind of impact and the love. People said, John, you really love your mother and your man. And I said, so where your father? I said, my father, my mother saved me, man. They're married for 31 years now, you know what I mean?
See.
Yeah, man, so I just had to make it known that Daddy, I'm a general, and truly I was a single mommy. And when I on the stage, man, said, all the mothers, you know what I mean? It's our culture. You know, our culture for make people understand, say, your mother are the greatest. But don't discount the father that murder them job. Yeah. Like myself, you understand? I'm one of the greatest father them ever created. You understand myself? 100%. So, Daddy, I'm a general man, you know what I mean? 100%. I respect that man to the ground and walk on.
And in our culture, and we gotta be honest, in our culture, our Caribbean culture, coming out we even say Jamaican culture.
In our culture, we're all about breeder. 100%. You have to sugarcoat it, I really talk. You have all about breeder, you have all about sperm down, and you have all about man who just do them feel like doing when the real responsibility take them, they are nowhere to be found. You understand? So big up to all of the man who are in the party right now when I say I take your responsibilities. You understand? Girl, nothing's changed. No, it's the same size you used to sit on. Girl, it's that same size you used to lay on and play on. Come back for it, baby. Girl, nothing's changed. No, no, no. It's that same size that fits you right. But it looks too big and it feels too big. My bed's too big. Bed's too big without you. Feel like I'm swimming in an ocean all alone. Girl, it feels like I'm 10 million miles in space, dying to come back home. Lonely nights and I can't sleep right. Pillow them tough like stone. Someone need you to come back beside me, girl, and make my ball over this phone.
It was once said to me that vocal artists have it easier than dancehall artists because they can just get the rhythm and sing anything we would like to sing to make a career for themselves. But the dancehall artists or the DJs in the dancehall have to have a lyrical content in order to become superstars. Was it easy for you in that manner?
I love sing. I love to sing. I wouldn't say it was easier for me or it was harder for somebody else. I feel like it all boils down to your work ethic. If you are willing to work at something, let's say the Almighty bless you with that talent and He bless me with that talent. I can sing, you can DJ, you understand? It all boils down to how you place yourself in the whole scheme of things, in the whole race of life. If I'm in the studio 12 hours a day and you're in the studio 2 hours a day, who is going to improve more? You understand? It's all based on your direction. And it's kind of similar to today. I was in a hotel room and my virgin major reason. I mean, I look on the traffic. And in one direction there's no traffic, and in the next direction is bumper to bumper. It all depends on which direction you're going at that point in time. You understand? So I wouldn't say it was easier for me. Maybe it's easier for me from a standpoint say, if we're up on stage, I can sing a song where every girl love and get a reaction. Because that song is popular and the girl them love it. And you can't do it because you can't sing.
Sing.
But I try if you take up that with brother, you can't take up that with me. Jah give you something and He give me something.
Is that a user?
So if you never give you other side, brother man, but
if you are in front of a mature crowd, so let's say you're performing for our parents.
True.
And you want to grab their attention with a song. What song do you sing?
If you ever change, because you can't adjust. You know, it's adjusting. So in the church you can sing, we got sing, we can sing. You know what I mean? We're going in front of, well, not the president right now, but we're going in front of her, we're going to sing. You know what I mean? Any situation you place us in, we're adaptable. And I feel like DJs can do that as well. But you know, it's just how you apply yourself. You understand? But if I am to be serious with it, it probably a little bit easier for singers. Maybe just a bit, just a touch, but you know. Nature say we're the singer. New York City, seven now the children and go down. That's how I run the place, you know. And I will never separate from the ladies. You're alone, I bring me. You listen up. You have some boy aboard the tongue, and when the mouse bun down, them run the police gone go bad. Oh, them be for you impress girl, and then them freaky word is like them nature them and sound. Some of them boy they never check the fox. Real man now they got the bad line up from them small. But from you know you're straight and you're no fish from bait. Let me see all of the and them tall. We now go change, you now go down, no. That's how I run the place, you know. Tell you I will never separate from the ladies. You're alone, I bring the lovely babies. Now go change yourself and now go down. Me one of the proudest country youth I've ever seen in your life. I love talk about my background, I love talk about where I come from, I love talk about my struggles, I love talk about my accomplishments. I love talk about it because it's a story and I feel like I can empower someone who is going through a state of depression or feel like there's no better. If you look at my life and you feel like something I'm going good, you don't want to see how me start out then. It never started out like this. There were ins and outs. The journey was rough, but we never stopped, you know what I mean? The Almighty wouldn't allow me to stop, man. Trust me. There are days when I go to my bed hungry. You don't understand. You don't understand. It's different when you have. It's like one time we were in Europe, myself, teenager, Kingy, and we have money, but there was nowhere to buy food. You know the feeling that you have money and can't get food? Imagine hungry and can't buy food. It's worse. We go through it, man. You understand? Trust me, we go through it. So I just feel like when I speak about life and how I grow and where I am today, it's a testimony for anybody who's doubting yourself, anybody who's doubting whatever the Almighty has put you through right now. Fight the good fight, man. It's a process. It's a process. Them say the Almighty give strongest warriors the hardest battles, and I really thought you can't soft up on the battlefield and knock your ball. Ball and knock in a major. You understand what I said? That made them vex, yes, that made them vex. You know the stress, foreign and press. Them ones that zip on my chest and that made them vex. What made them vex? Them see we are sins and them see the success. That made them stress, they lose happiness, that made them vex.
Sometimes we have thoughts.
Yeah.
Things that, we play around in our heads, things that's part of our everyday life. But when you hear someone bring it to music, it makes sense and it's different and it gives you that instant, that instant pulling.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Cheetah's Prayer was one of those songs that people listened to and said, wow, Chris really said that and sung about that.
Yeah. Trouble.
What was that vibe for you? Like, I remember the whole of Jamaica was tearing down when it was released.
Yeah, man.
Whole of y'all tear down.
Madness. It was so quick. It's like it released today and by the weekend it gone, you know what I mean? Every man think about something that all the time, you know what I mean? Yeah. The women too. That's man alone. The universal, you know? All they have to do is switch the girlfriend and the boy and the girl then put boyfriend and it worked for them. You know what I mean? You're with your significant other and you might see somebody who you feel like is appealing at that moment in time and the thought run through your mind. Personally, I wouldn't do it, you know what I mean? I don't do it. Personally, if I'm supposed to be honest, ladies, I don't know. But we sing the song from an honest place. There are guys who, indulge in the act and then tell the Almighty that please don't make me get catch. And a facts. So it worked out, it hits home. There were instances where that was the only song they wanted me to sing. Wow. We reach a point where when it got so big and it's like you start the show, you have some people in the crowd that step on Cheetah's Prayer. The show just started. The show just started, Give me a chance, let me reach there. Big up. Alright, and you sing one more song. Cheetah's Prayer. I said, Jesus Christ. And then the fun part for me was when you actually reach to sing it now and as the rhythm drop. Lord God.
Please don't.
I never get a chance to sing it sometimes. That was what them doing and you love them, you know? And you just reflect on yourself. I mean, love reflect on our country. I mean, say, some people still their country. What are you not doing right now? Please, a nice boy like me still about country. And this one, no, it couldn't work. It couldn't work, you know. They said the Almighty bless me, you know. The Almighty give me that job here to ensure, say, I was the one who sang that song. You know, because, you know, he couldn't give a cheater that song to sing. You know, he had to give a faithful individual. Somebody who can bring across the message in its most potent way. So, yeah, that was me. I have to take up that task, you know. Yeah. Tough. But I have to do it.
Yeah, do it.
Trust me. Yeah. Trust me, yeah man. Give task.
I would argue that song changed your career.
100% man. 100%. At different intervals of my life and of my career, you have songs that came in that moved me from one place to the next. As I told you before, Giving It was probably the first song with all the vibes. You know, and then we had songs like Jamaican Girls. When People Loving came down, different doors start kicking down, you know what I mean? We start traveling out, we go different places, and we realize that music nice. Music really, really nice, and you know what I mean? Wanting it to be a substance of survival is something that I see coming to fruition. But when cheetahs bring forward now, you have to say, no sir, music that nice again, music sweet. Yeah man, trust me, 100,000%. It's like the possibilities were endless, you know what I mean?
Do you ever feel challenged though? Like, do you go in the studio and challenge yourself, or does Kingy look at you at time and say, singer, you know, so we ever find another cheetah spray?
No sir. No, but every time I go into the studio, I just feel like I have to put out my best. 100%. And I never went into the studio feeling like Cheetah Spray was going to be the biggest song. I just know it was a bad song. You understand? I just know that I'm going to deliver it the best way possible. And it worked out the way it worked out. You know what I mean? Just like with a lot of my hit songs. And a lot of the songs that sometimes I have friends who come to the studio and they record, and we're in the yard and they're playing it, and to a lot of us it sounds like it got a big, but it don't be. We don't call the hits, you know. You guys call the hits. You understand? You're the ones who are responsible for that. The work that I have to do is to ensure that I go into the studio and I do quality work. So at the end of the day, if it not hit a New York, it might hit a Africa. Because the world big.
Has there ever been a song, right, that D Major, Kingy, yourself, the rest of the crew sit down and you say, this is the song, and you were disappointed by it? Not disappointed by the quality of the song, but disappointed that it didn't grab everybody the way you thought it would be.
There's a song that myself and my brother D Major do that we thought was awesome. It's still awesome, that's why we're going to try it again. A song called OPP. You know, and I feel like that song was maybe ahead of its time, you know?
D Major is hands down one of the great vocalists in Jamaica.
One of the best singers, man.
You can't go wrong. Respect, my brother.
Blessings.
Big time.
Greetings, kings and queens. I don't know the thing already. The English are represented. Blessed good night to one another. See, New York, what is a vintage or where? New school, old school, anyway? If you love berries, someone say berries. No, no. If you love berries, someone say berries. Hey, 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 Mr. Supervisor, think I'm gonna have to call in sick. Oh, na. I can't leave these New York ladies like this, no. There's one thing I can't stand, that's leaving her so early in the morning. This 9 to 5 I have is surely getting to me, na. For the third time this week, I think I'm gonna have to call in sick. If I leave you now, I'll be losing my mind. Just hope we never get. And the angel would say, We have our problems, but we always work them out. For the youth them, real no real boy, and we say real no real boy.
You know my love the artists right now, they all think homage to the foundation artist.
Have to.
I mean, respect it too.
You have to respect it, brother. You have to respect where you come from. You have to do your homework as well. You know what I'm saying? And respect you to the artists up here the way. For myself, my brother Christopher Martin, Romy and Virgo, big up Taurus, right? Big up my brother Busy Signal, you know what I'm saying? I think we all have the same mindset when it comes to the music. We respect and love the music.
People, what you're looking at here is the very important parts of the future of our music. And I think that because we're here in the diaspora and we're not as connected to Jamaica as we should be, because there is a disconnect. Many of us, or many of you probably don't even know who this gentleman is. Right? When he sings his songs, maybe you will know who he is. But believe me when I tell you that this is one of the voices out of Jamaica. His name is D Major. Remember the name. Right?
Yeah.
Him and Chris Parr from that time they just now. And here's what I would like to do. Chris, Chris, can I think they deserve a little piece of the old people.
Yo, Martin, when it comes to the girls, a full dedication.
Then I must be a jar of them up on operation. This will make them say,
She bite her lip on a grip for sheet.
she never get a love so sweet.
Yeah, sweetheart, she start bubble up. She never feel wine so that me say, no 1 pound. Make we double up. And if you need a turn girlfriend, then we a go.
Yo, me and them girl have to know so it's a prank. Anytime I want them is a spanking, no rap.
Sure.
All night pleasure with some camping, no shouting.
Yeah.
Every time she go over, things always get serious. She don't wanna joke and
When you look in her eyes, you can see that she's devious. Things what she want me to.
she want me jump her on the dresser.
Sure.
On the bed.
On the bed.
She want go on the ground so she can balance on her head. She says she don't want her rest, she can't do that when she dead.
She just want me running red. Sure, OPP, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, love and respect to one another.
Teammates, give it up for me, please.
Not true.
You know the greatest singer I realize?
Bad singer.
Anyway, Chris Martin and D Major there. Chris Martin never leave
Vice
out D
versa.
Major.
Never.
Never leave out D
The
Major.
Shrubs Lord, man.
Interview everything. Even bad D Major. I'll show you how close the man is. And you know just one support the other one.
Explain that, because I was arguing with someone once upon a time, right? Because they were saying, what the hell is this strap stick? I mean, because Chris is always talking about the straps. The straps.
The Shrubs Lord, man.
Tell me if I got it right? Tell me. So instead of saying the team, you say the straps, right?
Alright.
I got it right.
You got it right.
Because that's what I was saying. Like, say, yo, so that boy Chris did get smart. And Ginger, let me go with the team. Yeah, that's like,
You know the Shrubs, man.
Ginger, let me go with the team.
The Shrubs are nice like same way. You know, can I see a girl and she shrubs it. Yeah, she shrubs it, man. Our vibe shrubs, you know, it's a big vibes. You understand? Yeah, so you know the shrubs, so the shrubs Lord, man. You don't know. Straight up.
So, how did you come up with this big deal thing now?
Because that's how I feel about myself.
Right.
100%. And it's nothing to do with being conceited or nothing like that. But I feel like I'm a big deal. 100%. There's a fine line between being conceited and being confident. And I feel like I'm very confident in my mind. From a taller time, from me have one shoes and them things that my mother can't tell him. When me put on my one suit of clothes, I'm a one jeans and I'm looking in the mirror and me spin like geek and me shake everywhere. I tell you that 100%, you know. So I've always been this person, and I'm gonna give you a story too. When I was going into the studio to record that song, it was solely centered around like me and my friend and like, girl, them love me, call me a big deal and this a big deal and I'm just, so I'm an engineer, I'm trying to show you now what type of people I have around me. Because maybe I would have caught up on it after, you know. But my engineer, who's been recording me for years, he said, singer, you know, said, it's bad, you know, very bad, but I really want yourself and your friend them alone, you know. Man, you don't feel like, you don't keep it everybody, I'm say, you know what, true? I really talk, you know. So that's how we change the song, we change it over entirely, and that's when the Almighty blessed with the line, this has nothing to do with money or fame or vanity. It's all about self-worth, you know? 100%, and I just feel like that covered everybody, every nook, every cranny, white, black, red, it doesn't matter, you understand? No matter if you're white, or you a drive car, from you feel good in yourself, you're what? Star! You're a star, man, 100%, man, say you know? That's how I feel about myself, and that's how I want people to feel about themselves. I'm a big deal. I'm a friend, I'm a big deal. I'm a big deal. Yeah, we're kind of important. Yeah, man. Oh, yes, I'm a big deal. I'm a girls, I'm a big deal. Yes, very, very, very important. Listen, I'm a big deal. Tell me I'm a friend, I'm a big deal. Listen, you know what's very important. Important part. This ain't nothing to do with the money or fame or vanity. This one is all about. So big up your chest and stand proud and don't matter about nobody. No man, no more than no man. Whether you walk or you walk, you know what I do, I ain't a black. So you say from you feel good in yourself. Just push up on the one and tell all the haters I'm a big. Alright then, I'm a friend, I'm a big. Listen up again, you know I'm growing. What? Don't get to a big gun and race. Life you live, I gotta make them a name. And I swore to my friends, if I make it, I won't change. Money coming steady now. No, I can fly, go to Paris just for the holidays. Different than a folks and a bubble every day. I tell you, life every day is so amazing. You're ready when we're ready now. My sorrow, tell me no late on no days. Great up in the raw when he blazing. Any on the rocks, can we no do no chasing. Soundchat radio, we tasting life. When you listen up, it's the most expensive thing I tell you life. When you hear me, everything is cheap. From you get time for life. Shot it, mount a massive. Mix up, why you know it? And I said, feel love people business. Good God, I tell you about. Now see me a car. Your place won't fix up. Why you know how people miss? Wanna leave people business alone. Wanna leave people business alone. Oh God. And I said one time people them used to say. So when you see me on the streets, nobody still. Just with the things and I tell people say you give me a lot. Them can't look in my face again. One police come round and I'm a police again. So right now, man, I said good scorer. New York massive, can I sing it once more? Soundchat, we say, chatting. I say I give thanks to all of you. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. And as I said, without you there being no Christopher Martin, so I love you very much. Big up to all the general them as well.